Welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading, guys. Today is August 21st, 2022, and today I'm going to be discussing four stocks that you definitely should be keeping your eyes on heading into the week ahead. Names like Oxy, that had a great Friday, up 10%. We're going to talk about Warren Buffett and his stake in that. We're also going to be talking about Snowflake, that is reporting earnings on Wednesday, along with Nvidia also reporting their quarterly earnings on Wednesday, and Zoom's also publishing their earnings tomorrow on Monday. But before we get started, guys, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as we do release videos every Sunday. But before we get started with all that, I do have the S&P 500. As you guys know, I was looking at that $4,300 line as that next major hurdle and a next major step to change the trend in the S&P 500. And as you guys can see here on the weekly time frame, we did get a rejection of that $4,300 line. We did get past it intraday. However, on the weekly candle, which is what I'm concerned about the most, as it does hold a lot of data, we get to get a rejection, and to me it does look like a bearish candle. As you guys can see, the body closed towards the bottom, right, leaving a longer wick at the top, showing basically that the bulls got rejected at that line. So again, guys, I was expecting some sort of rejection. As you guys know, we did have 4 bullish green weeks, and the market was due for a pullback. So I don't want to let you guys think that it was a failed movement. Stuff like this does happen. We need to consolidate at some point before moving up higher, and it did start last week, right? The traders were waiting on the Fed minutes, the Fed decision minutes to come out, and after that, it did pretty much move forward. However, again, it did not maintain that $4,300 line, and the rejection happened. And pretty much Thursdays and Fridays session was low volume, trending sideways. And the week ahead, again, I'm looking at that $4,300 line. And if we do cross that, my next area is that 43.65 area, which is pretty much the bottom of these wicks right here, these candlesticks right here back in 2021, October. So to me, 4,300 is the major thing, but we also going to have, the head numbers of 43.65 to deal with as well. After that, 4,400 is the next major one to me. Now, on a pullback, if we do receive further weakness, we do have 4,200 and that other key hurdle that we crossed a few weeks ago, that 4180 line, that we could definitely see a pullback and to test that area for strength before moving forward. Now, we did slice past 4,200 like it was nothing, and it was nothing, right? 4,200 was never an area where it really meant anything. It really was that 4180 as the first hurdle, 4300, and then we have later down the road 4550, which I will discuss once we get there. But if we do receive a pullback, guys, look for that 4220, 4200 area where bulls will definitely step in and buy the dip. So far during this whole up move, what we noticed is that the bulls, every time there was a pullback, they stepped in and bought the dip. And I'm going to be looking for those clues again heading into the week. So keep your eyes on the S&P 500 for those clues. All right. As I did mention, I do have four stocks that I'm keeping my eyes on. And the first one being Zoom, right? Zoom, ticker ZM, right? And they do report earnings on Monday. And, their Wall Street expects Zoom to earn about 93 cents per share on revenue of 1.12 billion. This compares to the year ago quarter when earnings came out to $1.36 per share on revenue of $1.02 million. Last week, analysts from Citigroup downgraded the stock from a sell from a neutral, I should say, citing new hurdles to sustaining growth, right? So to me, when I look at this chart, we are in a clear downtrend, guys, and it just doesn't look like a break that we're going to get on this earnings call. I don't see it being any bullish momentum heading right now, and I have two lines that I've drawn out here, which is that 125 line if I am bullish and 95 if I am bearish. And by the judgment of this chart right here, we are still in a bear flag formation on the weekly time frame. As you guys can see, here is the pull and here's the flag itself. And most often than not, these things break below. And I am looking below that $95 line on another miss with targets of 78.50 to take profit at. Now, if you are a bull, you definitely want to see the break of this consolidation area right here, basically negating that bear flag I just mentioned. So for that to happen, you need a break above 125. And if we do get above that, I do have my two targets here of 156 and 174. As you guys can see here, we did have multiple rejections on the weekly time frame back on January 2022 before ultimately dropping down lower. So I am looking for a test of that 156 area on the break of 125. But overall, if I was to be a guessing man here and just looking at the chart right now, it is pretty bearish. So I am looking for the break above below 95 to hit that 78.50 target. So those are my thoughts on Zoom. Definitely looks terrible to me. And by the way, the analysts say, quote, new hurdles to sustain growth. So to me, downgrading is one catalyst. That's terrible. Analysts saying there's new hurdles of sustaining growth. That's terrible. And, looking at the technicals and the chart, it also shows a downtrend. To me, all signs point to a miss. So I am looking for that break above below $95. All right. So that's my thoughts on Zoom. Bearish. Next name is Nvidia, a big one in the semiconductor sector. One of the leader names that you should definitely be watching if you are trading SMH, which is the semiconductor sector. So Nvidia reporting earnings on Wednesday. The company's weak outlook has put a damper on its growth expectations, causing a recent 10% surge, plunge, I should say, in the stock after it showed pretty much disappointing Q2 gaming revenue. As you guys did know that we did have a pullback here, and it did cause the SMH sector to also, pull back. Names like Micron, AMD also saw significant pullbacks after Nvidia released that terrible news on their gaming revenue. As you guys can see here by the weekly candlestick, we did close at the bottom. And for me, on an earnings, on a bullish side, I should say, I am looking for a break above this little consolidation area above 195 to take profits at that 209 area, which is the bottom of this previous support. Now, on the way to the top is key resistance. It also is the top of this area right here back on July 2021. So if we do get a beat on earnings, look for a break above 195. And if we bomb on earnings, and judging by the candlestick right here, it is supported by the 9 EMA. So the first clue would be the break below the 9 EMA, which is around that 178 line. But to be honest, that 167 line is what I'm looking at personally. As you guys can see from the week before that, buyers did step in on that 167 dip. I'm looking to see if there's clues once again, right? If we don't get a bounce at that 167, I do have bearish targets, put targets that I am instructing students at Wealthy Mentor Trading on our Discord group to look at, right? So 154 is an area for me. It is the bottom right here of these two candlesticks right here. We did bounce back. So 154 target number one. And we also have this bottom right here where we did catapult from at that 140 line back on July 2022. So keep those two targets in mind, guys. Early signs show that Nvidia looks like they're going to miss, right? It did plunge 10% last week and before getting that bounce. So, you know, definitely watch that 167 line for us to drop lower. And not to mention, guys, if we do drop lower on Nvidia, it is a big pullback in terms of the market itself. Nvidia does hold a lot of weight in the semiconductor sector, and the semiconductor sector is one of the leading sectors to watch, along with the tech sector. So it could definitely put a damper on the S&P 500, and it also can be a clue that we're not going to get past 4,300 next week. So put all those clues together, it's what makes a great trader. Definitely watch Nvidia at that 167 line, as I will be. All right. Next name on my list that is reporting earnings, and that is Snowflake. SNOW is the ticker. And this was one of our growth stocks at Wealthy Mentor Trading, as we do have a Discord channel, guys. If you are interested in that, we do have a 2-month $97 summer promo where we do trade names like Snowflake. So for me, uh, I'm looking for a break above 180. We are in this consolidation area here. Overall, the chart is bearish. Uh, a break above 180, I'm looking for targets of 206, which is the bottom of the support area. And as I did mention, previous support turns into resistance. So 206 is my profit target. Now to the bear side, just like this chart looks like bearish, I am looking for a break below 137, right? We did close Friday's session at the bottom right here at 153.94. So I am looking for a continued breakdown of this 9 EMA, testing this 137 line. As you guys can see, it has held multiple weeks. So, the more times you test a key support area to the downside, sooner or later it's going to give out and break. So I am looking at targets of 111 as we did bounce here, and it is the all-time lows on Snowflake. So definitely watch that 137 line uh, for a bear break. Now, Snowflake does expect its products revenue to grow at a rate of 71 to 73% year after year, representing a significant deceleration from its 84% product revenue growth rate in fiscal Q1. Analysts recently reiterated a buy rating target of $200, right? So $200 puts us up around this area, which is near my target. So watch over that. And again, guys, I am bullish above 180. I want to see a break above this consolidation area, testing this 206, 200 to 206, on par with the analyst upgrade. And as I said, I am bearish below 137. It is an area where we have held for quite a while. So if we do get a break, look for 110 retest of these lows right here on Snowflake. All right. So they do report earnings on Wednesday. So watch out for that one. And the last name and the biggest name that was pretty much the only name on Friday that was popping off, and that's Oxy. OXY, Occidental Petroleum, is the big name for it. And I am going to switch over here to the monthly chart. And the reason for that is because we're almost all-time highs, guys, right? So Oxy jumped nearly 10% to close Friday, as I did mention. After Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway received approval to purchase up to 50% of Oxy, which was pretty bullish, guys. So that's why you saw that big 10% jump. Likely Warren Buffett is putting in buy orders at specific times during the day. Obviously the stock's going to jump. However, if you look at the major time frame, which we are on the monthly time frame, it is still in a consolidation area. It isn't a bull flag, right? This is a monthly bull flag, so this is major. So we have the flagpole here and the flag itself. So we are looking for a breakout above $74 for a break towards 82, which is my first take profit target. It is the top of this candle right here, back on 2018 of October. It's been a long time, guys. So, to me, when I look at Oxy and I look at the market environment, it is such as a hedge right now. It's acting like a hedge. Anytime when you see these oil prices jump up, gas is up through the roof, the market pulls back. You notice Oxy pulling forward, and Warren Buffett's not a stupid guy. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's dumping his money into this name. He's owning 50% of it. So, follow the money, guys. And to me, as a trader, I'm looking for that break above 74 to test this area right here of 82 and 87.50, which is all-time highs. So definitely watch for Oxy to hit those targets. Now, if we do receive a pullback, where are good buying opportunities for me personally? I will be instructing students to jump in at that 62.50 area, which is the top of this candle, and it has now turned support. And right here, that 54.50 line is another area for me that is a great buying opportunity. As you guys know, it has held multiple times on the monthly time frame, and it is supported by the 9 EMA, which is double support, right? So if we do get pullbacks to these areas, guys, it is a nice position to enter into on a swing trade, as we do have Oxy as one of the names that we do trade at Wealthy Mentor Trading. So look above 74 for a blue sky breakout on Oxy, um, especially if the market is to head lower and get rejected at that $4,300 line. Once again, names like this are a hedge and they are moving higher. So keep your eyes on Oxy going into the week. All right, guys, those were 4 stocks I wanted to discuss. As you guys know, Oxy is a big one. Snowflake reporting earnings on Wednesday. Nvidia already showed its true colors, and it could be in for a bigger pullback, which also could drag the market down, along with Zoom still in a downtrend, guys. I am bearish on that, unfortunately. So keep your eyes on all those 4 stocks, 3 reporting earnings, and 1 acting like a market hedge. Uh, Good luck trading. Make sure you thumb up this video, share it with your friends, and please, guys, subscribe to the channel if you are interested in also trading with us on our Discord group. As I did mention, 2 month, 97 bucks, the best $97 you'll spend on your education. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.